Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I felt like talking about everyday essentials. There's so much makeup out there, and if you're someone who just wants to know what is something that is just perfect for every day, it is natural, it's easy to use. Most of these are affordable from the drugstore, so I think that is amazing because I love affordable drugstore makeup. So with that being said, let's jump right into these. Quickly, just wanted to mention that I don't have products for each category like mascara, eyeliner, and brow pencil. Those products are products I don't usually switch around and try new things out. So once I have found my favorites, they stay favorites for a long time, which is why I would just be mentioning what I already mentioned 1,000 times on my channel. That does not mean that the products I'm going to mention haven't been on my channel before, but I just wanted to let you know that unless I mention a new product in terms of mascara, eyeliner, or brows, I'm using the same thing. So just wanted to let you know. Speaking of, I have mentioned on my channel before, these two I have, but I just wanted to give a shout out again to them because I think these are just such foolproof, easy products. I'm going in order as to how I would apply them to my face. I think it's just easier for me to not forget anything. I haven't been really wearing foundation or BB cream. I actually decluttered two of my favorites that I constantly share with you, which is the Misha Perfect Cover BB Cream and the True Skin Foundation from Catrice, only because I felt like they were starting to expire. I don't like, especially like base makeup liquids, I don't hang on to them for that long when they're about to expire because my skin is more important to me than using that product. I still recommend both of them. I love them. I would totally go back to them. It's just that at the moment I haven't been really wearing like foundation or BB cream. Just too much work. I have been using concealer only and I have been so happy with it. These are two from Catrice that I think are amazing for the price, and one of them is liquid, one of them is a cream. So the first one I have been using for years at this point, even before I started doing YouTube, was the liquid Camouflage high coverage concealer. I usually have the shade 005 light neutral or natural, but now I have 020 light beige because I have been fake tanning a bit, so this shade is better suited for me. I do a couple of dots from my sunscreen, I do a couple of dots from the concealer and just kind of blend it in like that. That is how I have been applying it. That is how I am wearing it right now, which, hold on, I look hella pale. Ooh, I think that's better. I was looking so white. So this shade has been really good, and generally this concealer is just foolproof because it is not too hydrating and it's also not too mattifying. It's a perfect in between, so you can set it, it looks beautiful, you can skip the setting part and it just looks very healthy. I mainly use this for like my actual base, like my face, and then for my under eye, as well as trying to conceal any blemish that I have been loving the Catrice Ultimate Coverage Cream. This one I still have in the shade Ivory because I like to use a lighter shade underneath of my eye. I think it just brightens everything, and I like this for pimples or like imperfections, especially because it is more matte. I find that a liquid formula, if it's not matte enough, it'll probably break on top of your pimple, like it breaks apart and it just doesn't look very good. So I have been using this one for pimples and my under eye. My under eye loves this product. It does not crease at all. It looks so beautiful. It's very lightweight. I just take my finger, like my ring finger, go in there a little bit and just start applying it directly like that. Love it. I do the same thing for my imperfections. It's just such a nice product. It wears beautifully and it does not break me out at all. It may not be the creamiest pot concealer. I find that it's nice that it isn't too emollient and too waxy, because that again can make it like break apart. If you're looking for new concealers, I would recommend one of them. And I mean, I have been using the liquid one for years, so I think that speaks volumes. For powder, You probably don't want something that is very cakey. Like generally, you probably don't want anything that makes your face look very heavy and cakey and powdery. I have this one from Catrice. It's the All Matte Plus Shine Control Powder. I recently mentioned that I had no powder with me because I decluttered one because it had alcohol. I did want to buy a loose powder, but I felt like a compact powder like this is just way easier to throw into your bag. It's just less messy and does not take away that much space. Loose powder one would be this big, and I was just not really feeling that. This one is in the shade 010 Transparent. It does have a light little color to it, but it is transparent almost. I don't know how this would work on very deep rich skin though, so you would have to swatch it maybe, but for me it works perfectly fine. I like this powder because it's a very, I would say, light powder. Like, it mattifies, but it's not overly mattifying where you feel like your skin feels dry. It's not like that, which is why I enjoy this so much for a daily basis. I think you cannot go wrong with this. You would probably, if you have very oily skin, need to touch up. Not too powdery, but it's also not too hard to get product onto your brush, so I've been really liking this. They have it in a couple of shades, as well as a completely translucent one that is like white in the pan. I have used that one before, didn't really like it, but for some reason I like this one a lot more, so easy powder recommendation. Now for bronzer, this is a bronzer that everyone talks about in terms of this is such an amazing option, regardless if we're talking drugstore or if we are talking high-end or luxury. This is one of the best formulas, probably a bronzer I will have in my collection forever. Your makeup will always look good. It's just so smooth and so buttery. Do you know which one I'm talking about? Buttery. It is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I have had this for a while in my collection and I've been using it very often in the last couple of weeks. I have kind of put my e.l.f. Putty bronzer aside and I wanted to use this one again because the formula and the scent, it's just so beautiful. It blends seamlessly. It does never look streaky. The shade Bronzer, which I have here, is a beautiful undertone. It's just not too warm. It's just perfect. Gives you the perfect amount of healthy bronzed kind of glow. I don't mean like a shiny glow, but you just look really healthy. There's just not that much to say about it other than this is beautiful. Looking for something foolproof, it's so easy, it works every single time. I would totally recommend you go with the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. They have come out with many different other versions of this. If I buy one, it's going to be the original one. I'm just so satisfied with it. It's beautiful. For blush, these are two super easy blushes. There is not much to it. These are from Catrice. One of them is the Air Blush Matte and the other one is the Air Blush Glow. They look like this. By the way, I'm wearing everything that I'm talking about on my face right now. Use this one in the shade 110 Peach Heaven first. It's such a beautiful peachy shade. Ever since I have been fake tanning a little bit, I have been liking more warm peachy shades like these. I feel like they look prettier than those very cool tone pinks that I love when I'm more of like fair. Like, I'm still fair. I'm not saying that I'm super tan or anything. I'm just saying that this has been working so well for me. The other one that I have in the glow version is the shade 030 Rosy Love. As you can see, they are very similar. Like this part right here that looks very apricot and peachy is very similar to Peach Heaven. I like to use this on top of this matte one or on top of any other matte blush, because usually shimmer blushes from Catrice, I find they have more shimmer than color, and for the color to show up how I like it, it ends up looking way too glowy and way too shimmery, and I just don't like that. So mixing them together has been so nice. There's not much to it. Like, you can literally just brush, cheek, brush, cheek. It just looks good. It looks soft. It looks smooth. The only downside is the scent. It has a weird scent, but you don't smell it on the face. You smell it when you maybe are using it, but after that you don't smell it. Next product is going to be a highlighter, and this is the only high-end product, but I have been using this one so much. Like, you know, I love the Catrice More Than Glow highlighter, and I'm just realizing right now I have so much Catrice here, and I still have 2 more Catrice products to talk about, but it just makes sense because I love Catrice. I think it's just such an amazing drugstore brand. So again, I love the More Than Glow highlighter, but this one, it has been my obsession because I have been just loving the glow that this gives. It's just so beautiful, and it is the MAC Soft and Gentle highlighter. I feel like back in the day, everyone was talking about this, and then it kind of lost its hype, and I feel like it has ever since gotten a little bit underrated actually. I think this product is so beautiful. What I love the most about it is definitely the tone. It's like a champagne, like rosier color mixed with gold, which the combination is just so perfect. It's like when you don't know if you want to go for something pinky or for something goldeny, you just go with this one. Another thing I adore about this is the formula. It is like that translucent baked formula. Looking straight ahead, you do not see any stripe on the cheek. It's only when I turn that you see that there is an intense glow, and what I love the most is that this formula can be applied more in a sheer matter, and you can really build it up and it still looks phenomenal. It looks beautiful. Only I would say downside, and that is one of the reasons why I feel like a lot of people just stopped liking it or talked badly about it, is that it has bigger shimmer in it, but in turn it just makes your skin look so much like more like glossy and more wet looking. Close up you can see it, but you can see any makeup on your skin. Like, it's not even that this is like disco ball, like you're full of glitter, because it doesn't have glitter. It's just that the shimmer is a bit bigger. I think I said it before that the e.l.f. Luminous Putty Blushes, the shimmer in it, I feel like is just as noticeable as the shimmer in this powder highlighter. So it's almost like the same thing. Like, if you have tried those, you can definitely see some shimmer. It's not like a wet glow. There is shimmer and you can definitely see it on your skin. It's the same thing with this, but it's in a very sophisticated way. I think it is still wearable for every day because you can manipulate as to how intense you want it to be. And yeah, it's just when you don't know what to do for your eyes, you just pop a little bit of this onto your eyelids in a corner. It just is such a beautiful product. I've had it for the longest time. I still have so much of that dome shape. I don't know, I get happy when I use it, and I think that is one of the most important things about makeup. Like, things that make you happy when you apply them, and not like, oh, this is so streaky, I don't know how to blend this out. So I love it so much. For eyeshadow, I mentioned this palette I think like over a year ago, and then I never talked about it again, but I use it so much in my day-to-day life, especially when I go to my boyfriend's house over the weekend. I take this with me because it's everything I need. It has a pale matte shade, a transition shade, a dark shade, and 2 shimmers. It is the 5 in a Box mini eyeshadow palette from Catrice. I'm so sorry. This is not sponsored or anything. I just really enjoy their product. This little palette is just perfect for every day. Like, what else do you want? This screams everyday easy makeup looks for me. I think this is perfect for anybody, really. Like, you go to school, you go to college, you go to work, you just want to put something on your eyes that will just give you like a standard basic kind of eye. I don't want that to sound negative. It's not. It's my preferred type of eye look. I love basic, simple, natural looks. So I think this is just such a staple. They have many different shades, but this one in the shade 010 Golden Nude look is definitely the one that I gravitate towards the most. These are a little bit more powdery, and these 2 shimmer ones may not be the most intense. It being powdery is nice because it blends very easily, and these not being the most intense shimmers, I'm not that mad about it because this is like, what, $4? It's just that they are maybe not the most metallic ones. That's all. I love this little palette. I always have it with me because it just does not take away any space, and I really enjoy the shadows. I have like the transition shade in my crease today. I didn't do eyeliner because I was just not feeling it, but when I do eyeliner, I always use the shade to smoke it out. It's just so nice. It's just very handy to have and very inexpensive. Now for the brows, I said that I only ever use my A2 drawing eyebrow pencil, but this one I like for a day-to-day because it's not overly heavy, and it is the NYX Control Freak Eyebrow Gel. I've been using it a lot in my videos. I use it a lot in my day-to-day. I love the Got To Be glued one that I used for that New Year's Eve makeup look. I love that one, but it's very intense. Like, your brow hairs really like they stay up. This one is a little bit more natural in terms of the hold is not the craziest, and I just want something to tame my brow. So if you have very stubborn eyebrow hairs, I don't think this will be enough. But if you just want to have a natural hold, something that's just going to make your brows look a little bit more managed, I think you cannot go wrong with this. It's very nice. The only downside is the brush. It's huge. Like, this is a mascara wand. I don't know what they were thinking. I do have thick brows, so I don't have that much of an issue with it. But I imagine if someone has like very thin brows, this could be a little bit inconvenient. Just saying. And now, last but not least, for the lips, I have 3 products, starting with lip liner. I have so many lip liners. Well, not so many. I have a lot of lip liners that would fall into this like everyday kind of category, but I wanted something that is probably going to be very versatile for a lot of people, and it is from NYX, the lip pencil in the shade Nude Truffle. I'm going to swatch it on my hand. Basically, this is like a brownie, nudie kind of color, as you can see. Perfect to subtly contour the lip line. It is a little darker than Nude Beige, and that is why I picked it, because I feel like this could work for more people. Also for someone who is deeper than I am, because Nude Beige is a more light, cool toned brown. I would say this one is a neutral brown. Wanted to mention this, super easy for everyday. I think you cannot go wrong with these lip pencils from NYX anyways, but the shade Nude Truffle is really beautiful. This one, I promise you, is the last Catrice product that I'm mentioning today. This one is the Scandalous Matte Lipstick in the shade 010 Plain Truth. The lipstick itself looks like this. I'm wearing it again on my lips with a gloss that I'll be mentioning very shortly. I love this nude lipstick because it is that pinky nude, not beige nude, not orange nude. I prefer a more pink nude the very most, and this is exactly what it is. Love the scent of it. It smells like something tropical, like coconut. I don't know, it has like a similar scent to the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. Do you have to say, right now it looks very purple on my hand because I have quite a lot of fake tan on my hand, because usually it does not look like that. Like you can see on my lips, it does not look like that, right? Just such an easy lipstick. It's a beautiful matte formula that does not dry the lips out. It applies very smoothly. If you like nude lipsticks, I don't think you can go wrong with this one. I really like it. It will just keep your entire makeup look looking very minimal and natural. And last but not least, for lip gloss. This one I have mentioned on my channel before, but I wanted to give an honorable mention to it anyways, and it is the Lifter Gloss by Maybelline in the shade 003 Moon. I'm wearing it on top of the Catrice lipstick. It's pretty much translucent. It does have like a cool tone pink shimmer to it, and I think that for on the go, easy everyday makeup, you just don't want to think about it, just put it on. It'll look so nice because it makes your lips look extra juicy. What I don't like is that it is pretty big. Like, I find this is so unnecessarily big. That's the only thing I never liked about it, like compared to the Catrice lipstick. I don't know, I just think it's unnecessarily bulky. That's just my opinion. You will definitely not lose it because it's that big. There's not much to say about it. It's just such a nice lip gloss, and they have many different shades, but Moon is just right up my alley. And I guess that's it for today. What are your everyday essentials? Like when I go to my boyfriend's house or like anywhere, and I just want to take essentials with me. Something I know is going to work, it's easy, it's quick, application is fast, and it's not too like you have to work for the product to look good. These are products I take with me. I actually had them in my makeup bag because I'm going to my boyfriend's house, and these were all in there. If you were looking for some new staples, try one of these. Let me know how you like them. If you did enjoy this video, you found it helpful, please give me a thumbs up. As I always say, helps a smaller channel like mine out so much. You don't even know. It helps out so much. That being said, thank you so much for watching, and I really hope to see you in my next video. Until then, please take care of yourself. Bye!